Truth isn't absolute, it's shaped by what you see. Your lens, your world, your
Welcome to the UFO-Joe show. Let's make heaven on earth.
Thor, the Norse god of thunder. He's famous for a lot of things: the booming storms, the red beard, and of course his hammer, Mjolnir. People believed every lightning bolt was the swing of that hammer. Mjolnir could crush giants, but it also blessed weddings and protected homes. Thor himself was a huge, strong figure, short-tempered but loyal, riding a chariot pulled by two goats. Whenever he fought, stories say the sky joined in. His battles with the frost giants shook the mountains, and when he hauled the world's serpent from the sea, the waves rose like walls around his boat. At the end of days, he was destined to face that serpent again at Ragnarok. Lightning against venom, hammer against teeth. These tales weren't just about strength. They were reminders that even the fiercest protector would stand up for his people, no matter the odds. And every wild wager in Norse myth, Loki ended up with his famous hammer Mjolnir. It starts, of course, with Loki being Loki. He snuck in one night and chopped off Sif's beautiful golden hair. To keep Thor from leveling him, he promised to get an even better head of hair from the greatest smiths in the 9 realms. The elf smiths, the sons of Ivaldi, made it living strands of gold plus a fold-up ship and Odin's spear. Loki told a pair of dwarf brothers that they couldn't craft treasures better than what their rivals had made for the gods. The dwarves took the challenge and went to work. They forged in this blazing underground smithy, hammering away at red-hot metal, the bellows roaring. The dwarven brothers were in their forge, hammering out the ultimate weapon for Thor. Loki had a bet riding on it, and he hated losing.
The handle on Thor's hammer is famously short. That wasn't the plan. Let me show you. Originally, the dwarves drew it up like this, about 65 centimeters of grip, so the thunder god could swing it two-handed. But in the forge, while Broker was shaping the head, Loki turned himself into a fly and bit him right on the eyelid. He flinched, stopped pumping the bellows for a beat, and the metal cooled.
So, let's talk about some of the times Thor threw down in the old Norse stories. First up, the fishing trip that turned into a world-shaking duel. Thor went out with the giant Hymir, baited a hook with an ox head, and yanked the Midgard serpent up from the depths. Lightning flashes, the sea explodes, and the serpent lunges right at him until Hymir panics and cuts the line on the giant Geirridrs. There's the time he kicked in the door of the giant Geirridrs' hall and turned a shower of molten iron back on its center. Or when he showed up to the so-called wedding of Thrym, still wearing the bridal veil, just to snatch Mjolnir and level the whole party. He even outsmarted the dwarf Alvis, keeping him talking with riddles until the sun rose and turned the poor guy to stone. Out in the woods, he started simple. Thor just wanted dinner. The giant supply bag was hanging from a branch, tied up with knots so tight even his strength couldn't budge them. He wrestled with it until the rope smoked under his grip. Frustrated, he decided to wake their host the only way he knew how, by dropping Mjolnir on his forehead. Once, twice, 3 times the hammer came down, each blow sparking the old Norse stories. Thor doesn't survive Ragnarok. The god of thunder goes out in the most metal way possible. When the end of the world comes, he meets Jörmungandr, the world's serpent, on a shore that's heaving with storms. They fight in the surf, lightning all around, hammer against coils the size of mountains. Thor smashes the serpent's skull and kills it, but not before those fangs pump him full of poison. After the storm, the gods find his body on the shore. They lay him in a ship, heap it with pine and firs, and set it alight. Flames carry the thunder away as his sons Magni and Modi watch in silence. And when the fire dies, they take up Mjolnir. The hammer is still warm, still marked with the glow of runes, and the brothers swear to keep it in the memory of their father.